San Jose Sharks star forward William Eklund joins the show to discuss his new contract, catch up on his injury, and what we're going to see from the Sharks next season.
You're Locked On Sharks, your daily podcast on the San Jose Sharks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, welcome to the Locked On Sharks, the premier hockey podcast covering your favorite team in the Bay Area. My name is JD Young, caretaker at the Reef, also the co-host of Locked On NHL. I want to thank you for making Locked On Sharks your first listen. Proudly part of the Locked On Network. We cover your team every day. And today we are joined by William Eklund. William Eklund, fourth time now. Eklund has been on the show where we get caught up on first how his injury is doing as he's still recovering from the scary skate cut from on his wrist. We'll talk about his new contract, talk about Will Smith and Macklin Celebrini and what they mean to the San Jose Sharks, and why I think we're going to start to see more results, or at least why he thinks that we're going to start to see more results this upcoming season. So before we get to that, do want to let you guys know that today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Football season is right around the corner. Visit FanDuel app today and start planning your future bets now. And now for his annual, this is fourth time, William Eklund joins the show. William, how's it going, buddy?
I'm doing good. I've been enjoying summer here in Sweden, so it's been good. How you doing?
Hanging in there, like we were talking about before, ready for my kids to go back to school. But yes, very much also enjoying the summer. So first things first, I have to ask, how is the wrist feeling? Because I know you gave all Sharks fans a bit of a scare there. So how's your wrist doing?
It's been going good. It's been more clear and clear what I can do, and it's been having a really good conversation with the Sharks organization and my agent and the rehab guy doing my rehab here in Sweden. So, it's been better and better. I'm ramping up my practices and I'm ramping up my on ice stuff, and I'm close to good to go.
Good. That's good to hear. I know. A bit of a scare. I don't want to relive that for you, but how scary was it when you realized what's actually happening there? It was like a video where I can only watch it once. I was like, oh, that's it. I can't watch it again. But how was just in the moment of oh my God, what's happening here?
It's scary, you get into those situations so many times during the game, but never think about what could happen. It's basically really not a play that he wants to do anything. It's just kicks his feet back, and it's just something that happens during the game. And I look down at my wrist, and it's just a big cut, and I can see pretty much everything that I don't want to say here. But it was scary, but at the same time, I got really good help right away. So I'm happy for that.
Yeah, and it sounds like you kind of avoided some of the worst case scenarios with it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So, I don't want to bring up a jinx, but it kind of feels like, every time, the last couple times you put on the Team Sweden jersey, right? World Juniors, it got shut down with COVID. Are you worried about the Olympics? What could happen at the Olympics?
No. This time has to be some lucky charm now. I need it back. I want to play so bad, so can't have it this time.
All right. Speaking about the Olympics, I don't know if you're tracking it and stuff, but it does seem like you are on track to make the roster. A lot of people kind of pegging you in there. What would it be like to kind of wear that jersey? I know we've talked about it before, but playing in the Olympics, best on best, how great would that be?
Probably one of my biggest things in my career if I get to play that so far. It was such a huge honor to put on the Swedish jersey. I think I could speak for everybody. Going play for your home country, and doing that in the Olympics, that's really cool. So if I would get an opportunity, I would be so happy.
Yeah, and plus, again, we talked about before, the yellow Swedish jersey is the best jerseys in hockey, right?
Yeah, it is. It's really good.
Speaking about kind of Team Sweden, I know Four Nations this year, right? You just it sounds like you kind of just missed the cut to play that, but a little annoyed that you didn't make the team, or were you a little disappointed, or did you at least enjoy the break, some time off there to recoup?
I would say you know, you're not gonna lie. I was pissed I was not on the team. You know,
Yeah.
I think everybody would be, and I think that's a good thing too. You know, you get you feel that feeling. You don't want to feel that feeling again. So, uh, yeah, I was able to get some time off, of course, but still, I would like to be on that team. But now that makes me more motivated.
Did you watch the Four Nations, or I know like that was kind of really captured everybody's attention. Did you enjoy watching that, like kind of best on best?
Yeah, so fun. It was just every game I was watching from my balcony in Cancun, so was really enjoying it. But it was really cool to see. You know, I was watching every game pretty much, and it was just best on best hockey again. I think that's so big for the sport, and you know that's something that had to be brought back.
All right. Pretty quiet summer for you. You've did some things this year. First, let's start with the extension. So you signed the extension. I know Todd Diamond, your agent, mentioned on the San Jose Hockey Now podcast where you and the Sharks kind of quickly got to 3 years, as we know with the cap going up. Is this a first? How does it feel to kind of know like, okay, I'm going to be here. Like we're continuing to build and grow this thing.
It's huge, you know, for me and for Sharks. I think we were both, you know, from the beginning we wanted to get this extension done, and for me it's huge to know that I'm going to stay here and continue to build something we got here. And you know, I want to turn this around. I said it a lot of times, but I really want to do that. So, and I feel like I want to be in that, you know, part of that future and want to be, you know, in that group. So I'm really excited.
Uh, I know a lot of people, myself included, maybe thought they might try to lock you up long term, but it went to 3 years. Is this more of a like with the way the cap's going, right? You don't want to kind of like look back and be like, man, I signed a deal that might be too team friendly here soon, and you want to make sure that you're going to bet on yourself as the team gets better and you continue to get better.
Like it goes both ways. I feel like it's, you know, obviously you don't even know when you're signing a contract, you're just happy for it. And
Yeah.
I can't really say what's my thought. It was just happy to sign a new contract with the Sharks. So that's where I stand right there.
I get it. I totally get it. Of course, and then your little brother, Victor, gets drafted. So like that whole experience, kind of getting to ride with him and kind of go through that whole process with him. So kind of go through the weekend.
Yeah, you know, we went down there, my home family. You know, it's a big thing for me and my family, of course, to go down there. For my draft, we were in COVID, so it was at home. So I think we went there like 3 days before, and then the draft was that Friday, I think. And you know, you sit there, you're excited, but you're a little nervous. I was more nervous, I think, than I was in my draft. So uh, you know, just excited for him to get picked and get that opportunity to go on stage. And you know, I'm so proud of him doing that. You know, he works so hard. He knows what it's about. He's such a grinder. He knows what it's about to be a pro, and he's learning that. So yeah, I'm happy for Islanders. I'm happy for Victor.
Um, you mentioned right, COVID. A little jealous that you didn't get to do the whole thing that he did. I get like, of course, you're happy for him, but there's always that part like, man, this would have been cool if I got to go do this, right?
Yeah, it's of course like when you saw that experience and how it was like right there, it's something that you would have wanted to be a part of. But you know, I'm just happy for him. Like it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think we could say things have worked out pretty well for you so far. So, right? I mean, like, and then that's also you signed your extension in LA. You had the whole draft, right? Afterwards, like, he gets drafted. Just the kind of the relief that goes through, and I know it looked like from some pictures you guys had a pretty fun weekend as well, just to kind of celebrate everything.
Yeah, it was great. You know, he was so happy. Real cool experience for my family too. You know, everybody being there and everybody enjoying that time, and you only get drafted once, and you're gonna enjoy that time. And for him, I'm just it's pride for him.
Couple years, and then you got your half brothers going to be working their way through the process here soon, right?
Yeah, exactly. We got a big group of guys coming. I have 4 brothers and 1 sister, so it's hopefully we'll see them sometime.
Yeah, Mama is just pumping out a whole dynasty here of hockey players. So, also your mom like stole the show with the like dancing and the like gets on the does her interview and stuff like that. Absolute legend, your mom, right?
Yeah, she's the best. She's always been there for me and my brother. So yeah, just happy for her. She's always there.
All right, before we continue with Eklund, we get caught up on his contract and talk about Macklin, Celebrini, and Will Smith. Just need to take a quick break. August 26th is officially FanDuel Futures Day, a brand new holiday for football fans who live for bold predictions and preseason hunches. For just 24 hours, FanDuel is giving you deals on NFL season predictions. So whether you're calling your MVP, eyeing a long shot division winner, or ready to crown your Super Bowl champion before week 1 even kicks off, this is your moment. I think this year, MVP wise, like, I could see Josh Allen going back to back, or maybe Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow kind of feels like that dark horse where he puts everything together this year, and Joe Burrow is your guy. So visit the FanDuel app today and start planning your future bets now, because FanDuel Futures is one day and one day only. FanDuel, play your game. I know, it's your younger brother, but you still got drafted higher than him. Are you going to hold that over him, or are you too nice? He said you're too nice of a guy to do it.
He would probably do it against me, but I don't know. I would sometime. Yeah. If he gets in my face too much, but it. I don't think it would do that like that. But
You got
we'll
to
see.
wait for the right moment, right? Wait for the right moment
Exactly.
yeah. So the first time you guys are playing, he start like in NHL, he starts chirping you, and then you just you just 0.7. That's all you gotta do, number
Yeah,
7. So
he will hear it. He will hear it.
how's the chirp game coming along?
Which one?
How's your chirping game coming along?
Chirping game? I don't know. It's getting. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see this season, I guess.
Yeah.
Still using the same old method, so we'll see.
You just stand in the mirror and smile at yourself and just try
Yes.
to.
Yeah, that's the one that works.
Yes. All right. Of course, the Sharks, drafted Michael Mbisa. You of course, met him at the draft. What were your first thoughts on meeting him?
Yeah, it's I don't know too much about him before. Like, um, really cool experience for him too and his family. You could see his family was proud. So I was just telling him and his family too to just enjoy the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing there. You only get drafted once, and he's such a humble guy right from the beginning, and he was just really excited. I could tell in his face, like he was so excited to join the Sharks. I think he is the same as me. He would want to turn this around and want to make this a winning culture.
Yeah, it's from the sound of it, it looks like he might be playing on San Jose as soon as this year, from the way kind of things are going. And I mean, we saw, we'll get to Celebrini Smith in a little bit here, but we saw the Sharks can definitely handle having some of these young guys. But back to your brother, right? And of course, your guard has spent the last couple seasons in hockey, Allsvenskan. Hit Victor and Anton and some of these guys help your guarding get back to the SHL. How big is that? Like, I don't think maybe we as Americans or North American hockey, like, how big is that a moment for a team to kind of make that jump back into the SHL?
It's so big, like for the whole city.
Mm-hmm.
I know I was at the game actually. It was
yes.
I didn't even watch the game. I was just running around, and it was just so stressed out. It was not even fun to watch, to be honest. It was just so nervous, and I got relegated with that team, so it means so much that he made them come back to SHL, and everybody was storming the ice, and it was just absolute chaos. for a couple of days there, and that's what it brings the city together, I think, and it's so big for Stockholm hockey that they're in the biggest league.
I mean, I guess if you bring up the draft, he can just bring up relegation to you. Is that evens out?
I guess it does, yeah, a little bit.
I mean, you've said that was one of the like worst day. Like it took you a couple days to kind of get over that, didn't you? With getting relegated.
Yeah, for sure. It was, yeah, probably one of the toughest moments right there. It was for sure.
And your little brother cleaning up your mess, William. What are you gonna do
Yeah,
now?
it is.
No, I mean, like you can see, like the whole family. Like there's clips of you and like the whole family celebrating and stuff. And I know they're going to be back. Him and Anton, I think, are both going to expect us to be back and kind of help to try to solidify things in the SHL for them this year. I think that's the plan for them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You also opened up a bunch of rinks in Sweden this year. So, how important is it for you, one, to kind of give back to the community? I know, like you talked about it, but just like seeing more ice and having more practice facilities around.
Yeah, so it came up as an idea before. In Sweden, or in Stockholm especially, it's really hard to get ice times in the summer. Like, I
Mhm.
gotta go 2 hours out of Stockholm to get ice, pretty much, and that's too much. If like NHL players or any player should be able to, go on the ice. It really doesn't matter if you're an NHL player or if you're just a guy who want to skate or a girl who want to skate. It's for us, it was just building something that everybody could be a part of, and now we've been starting doing that, and it's been going really good because everybody's enjoying it.
So the plans to hopefully maybe even add more rinks and more sheets. Is that as you continue to let this thing grow?
Maybe, like, we haven't really thought about it yet, but if it continues to go like this, we gotta, we'll see what happens, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing it in the Bay Area right now. They're supposed to build some in Gilroy, like sheets. Like it's always the ice is always needed, and it's good to see the game continue to grow this way, right? So,
For sure.
cool. All right, switching gears. Let's actually talk Sharks now. So the 24-25 season, I know it wasn't as much winning it compared to the year before, but it definitely felt like the vibes were better around the organization. Like, can you kind of speak to that and just like, yes, we're not winning, but you feel like you're taking the right step here?
Yeah, for sure. I was, we're taking this, bigger steps, I think. Especially, young guys coming in, and me myself, I'm a young guy too, but I'm taking my steps too, and a lot of guys stepped up this year, but as you said, we need more wins, and we need to start count those wins really, because those that's the only thing that matter in the end of the day. So, uh, yeah, this season was a step in the right direction, but also we got to do some stuff to clean some stuff up.
Uh, of course, the big this year, right? Macklin Celebrini and the hype coming into it, right, as the first overall pick, and just the hype around, and again, kind of going back to the vibes and just the feel around the team. Like, how was it kind of going through it with this kid who's 18 years old and is kind of expected to be like the next dude in the NHL? How do you think? How would you grade his first season?
A plus plus plus. I don't know how you can. It's just so phenomenal to watch, and such a nice, humble guy outside of hockey. It's that's the best thing with him. I think he's just works so hard. He cares a lot. Comes into the rink every day and does what he needs to get prepared for the next game, and that's doing that at 18. I think is really really cool to be that professional that it is, and yeah, he's gonna be he's the he's gonna be in the franchise for a long time. So he just enjoy it.
Of course, you assisted on his first goal, which was I'd say a bit of a fluky goal, but they don't ask how; they just ask how many. How cool is it, like knowing, assuming Celebrini kind of has the career we expect, like you're going to forever be a part of his career with that first goal. Like you're going to be in the highlight package when they show his first goal. We see the Patrick Marleau first goal with like. He's getting blown out and it's like the last like 30 seconds of a game, but like you're going to be part of that. How kind of cool is that?
That's pretty cool. Actually, I haven't thought about that, but that's true. It's pretty cool.
All right, before we finish up with William Eklund, we start kind of looking ahead to the 25-26 season. Just need to take a quick break. You just realized your business need to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. When it comes to hiring, Indeed is all you need. Stop struggling to get your job posting on other sites. Indeed sponsored jobs put your post at the top of the page and help you reach the right candidates faster. If you're ever in a spot where you need to hire like yesterday, the pressure's on, and every day without the right person's a setback, that's exactly when Indeed sponsored jobs come in handy. They make sure your post is seen by the right candidates right now. Now you can speed up your hiring process with a $75 sponsored job credit. Just go to Indeed.com/lockedon right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring, Indeed is all you need. I mean, Celebrini, like, how good do you think he can be?
Yeah, it's so tough to say. It's really hard to say, but I don't know, sky's the limit, I guess. He's really good. He's I don't know what to say. He's gonna be really good.
Of course, right. There's also another guy, Will Smith, who's a little bit older at the age of 19. He just turned 20 this year. Having both these guys around, is it just like having two younger brothers around? Because it seems like those guys are. It seems like they bring a different energy.
Yeah, it's funny to come to the rink every day when those guys are around. They bring a lot of energy, and they're funny. So it's they do a really good job, both of them, being professional and being working hard, and they're both gonna be really good players.
With Will Smith, right? It kind of seems like on the ice, I don't know. Again, you can kind of correct me here, but he seems a little bit more quiet and reserved, but that kind of like Kobe Bryant mentality of like the quiet assassin, and then he does something big and he just kind of stares you down. Is that accurate, or is he a bit more of a talker than we expect?
I don't know. It's his first year too, so I guess we have to see more and more. But he improved so much this year, and it was really fun to play with him too. Like he got better and better every game. I feel like he's gonna be ups and downs in the rookie season, but I think he took the ups really good and took the downs really good, and that's a big sign from a good player like him. So he's gonna be even better this year.
I know they want to kind of move him back to center. Of course, played center. You played wing, and then I know they tried you at center. Like, how hard is it to go from wing to center in the NHL?
It's really hard. You go against guys who's played center for a really long time, and you gotta take more defensively responsible. You gotta be more good in every aspect of the ice, pretty much, and but also like good players can handle that too. I feel like so. Yeah, it's a little bit different, but it's we'll see how it ends up here.
And then another big story for the Sharks was veteran Tyler Toffoli. His first season this year was San Jose, right? And kind of coming to San Jose and helping to again be part of that culture to turn around. What's it like having a guy like Tyler who has won a cup and has kind of been a bunch of different spots, but has been a professional and and has. A walking 30 goals every year he plays. What's it like just having Toffoli around in the locker room and just having a veteran like that?
Yeah, a great guy too. To start with, really funny, really funny. So it's just fun to be around the rink when he's around, and obviously he's won and he knows what it's about to be at the top. So when you say something, you listen and you want to learn. I think that's a huge thing for us younger guys to have those guys who've won, and he's one of them. And he also he scores and he does his thing. So. He's been really good for us.
Is Kat Toffoli the team mom?
I guess you could say that then. I don't know.
It feels. I know they hosted the end of the year thing, and it kind of feels like it does feel like she's the team mom, making sure, especially with Will and Mac and stuff. But like, it is the team mom making sure everybody. I'm kind of hoping Kat brings some oranges slices for you during practice or during training camp, just to really try to cement it for you guys.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right. We've kind of mentioned on it, but with a lot of the changes, but did you know you are the longest tenured Sharks forward right now after Logan Couture's kind of like him going away, like his, I don't want to say retirement, but medical retirement. You are now the longest tenured Shark forward.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even know that actually, but
Yeah. And
that's
only Ferraro is the longest tenured Shark right now after Vlasic's buyout. But yeah, Ferraro's the only guy. I know Goody's got more games on you, but he did leave, right? So, but yeah, you're the longest tenured Shark forward, and Ferraro's the only player who's played more Sharks games. Is that a little weird to hear?
that's kind of crazy. It's funny though, but it's kind of crazy.
The life of a rebuild. But you kind of mentioned earlier, right? You're starting to see some guys come through, right? And this year we're expected to see more, right? Askarov is supposed to be full time on the NHL. Mukko Dolan, who kind of earned his spot last year. Colin Graf. What's it mean to start to see some of these reinforcements coming, especially a guy like Askarov, who is a highly touted player. You saw what he did in the AHL, even in his small time last year. Like, you kind of feel like this is going to be the guy back there, right?
Yeah, he did a really good job when he was, when he was playing. It's he's one of those goalies who's like when you come in practices, you can't really score on him. Like he's so good and he competes so much in practice that I think that's why he makes such a good goal out there. He's really really good and real humble guy too. So yeah, I'm just excited for all the guys coming here and have done a really good job so far.
Askarov, though, I think he kind of he balances being kind of a bit of a goofy guy, and Askarov does have a bit of a personality, but also, like you said, right, works hard and like takes his job seriously. But how just having a guy like Askarov in the locker room, just that personality, does it just kind of lighten things up? And also like, oh cool, this guy, like if we make a mistake, this guy's gonna take care of us back here.
Yeah, he's been good that but like in that way. He's been really like I can only imagine coming like a goalie up and it's really hard to to be a goalie and especially in this league. So I'm just really impressed in how he's been doing so far.
All right. This year, there's some potential openings in the leadership department. Have you thought about like if you were to wear a letter, whether it's an A or a C, or what would it mean to you? Or have you even thought about it? Or
I have not thought about it that much to be honest.
yeah,
I guess we'll see what's gonna happen, but I'm just gonna go into camp and be myself and be who I am and work as hard as I can. So we'll see.
one of the big questions, because it feels like Celebrini at some point is going to be the Sharks captain. Is he too young now, or do you think he could do it?
That's not a me question, to be
That's not.
honest.
Oh, he's plead the fifth.
But sure, he's a great leader. So I don't know. We'll see. I guess.
That's fine. I get it. I understand. I had to ask because it does. That seems like the big question, at least in Sharks fans, is no, you can't give it to him. He's too young. But then like Crosby wore it at a young age. McDavid wore it at a young age. Celebrini seems like he's well on his way to being the Sharks captain at some point. So, um, this year I know it was a little bit of a tough year with some guys getting traded away, right? Granlund and Zetterlund, two guys I know were very important to you. So let's start with Granlund and having that veteran guy to kind of lean on and stuff. How important do you think his having him around was for your development?
Really big. Like he's such a pro too. Like he knows the game so well. He's such a small details that he teaches you like you don't even think about, and
Mm-hmm.
that's those stuff you just learn from playing, I guess. Because I have some stuff I haven't really heard before, and he teaches you those stuff, and um, when you use it in game, it actually works. So he's a good mentor in that way.
And then, of course, Zetterlund, we know that was a tough day for you. How's he doing this summer? I know you guys have been hanging out and stuff. How's he doing?
He's been doing great. He's been, he's big as usual. So he's
To say those abs, man.
he can't build that. He can't do that. It's impossible. So he's been doing really good. I'm just happy to hang out with him, and it's been a really good summer with him. So it's fun.
All right. I'll get you out your couple more questions here. So I know summer's winding down. You got probably about a month or so before you're heading back to San Jose. Any plans for us this summer other than kind of continuing to rehab and stuff, but anything else planned?
Not really. Just rehab, getting back to those things, and just continue to grind now and ramp up my practices.
Okay. Expectations for this season, right? You mentioned we got to start actually stacking some wins and seeing some improvement. Is that kind of the big thing? Is to not be the worst team in the NHL this year and kind of see some growth and development this year?
Yeah, we gotta like now it's time to winning. It's you get sick of losing. It goes in your mind. It gets keeps you up at nights. So it's not fun. It's for me. It's just all about winning now. You can't have more losing. That's pretty much it.
Gotta start turning those. Yeah, gotta start turning those into wins. All right, last question. Dogs, not really your thing, are they?
Dogs? I don't know. It scares me a little bit.
It scares you a little bit. I mean, it was a kind of a thing on the internet. I know you're doing your own thing, but yeah, like there's the pictures of you back in the Barracuda when they had you had to take pictures with the dogs. You can kind of see it. Like just dogs, not your thing, are they?
I don't know if it's not my thing or not my thing. It's just I got a big respect for dogs, so I guess that's what I can say about it.
Are you worried about going back to the Toffoli's house with Stella? They have, I don't know if you saw, they have their new little dog. Are you worried now about going back to the Toffoli house?
No. Always a good time at Toffoli's house, so it's fun.
All right, William, I've taken too much of your time. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see you. Hockey's going to be here sooner than we expect, guys. So thanks so much, William.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right. Do want to, of course, thank William Eklund for taking some time out of his summer. Busy summer for him, right? Pretty busy summer for him. I can't believe he still comes back on the show. Like, our little boy is growing up. But anyway, thank you to William. Thank you to the San Jose Sharks for making this possible. Great to always catch up with him and see. Hopefully we see an A on William's jersey this season. So, but that's going to be it for me today. We'll be back probably next week as we continue to start ramping up for the season. So make sure you follow along wherever you get podcasts. And of course, you can watch on YouTube as well. Follow the show on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Locked On Sharks. Follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky at My Fry Hole. Until later, bye, friends.